Hey, quick question for you. How many traditions or rituals do you actually follow in your life? I mean, really follow? For most of us, it's probably just the big three, right? A celebration when you're born, the big wedding bash, and then the final farewell ceremonies. We mark the beginning and the end, with one major milestone in between. But what if I told you that our ancestors had a roadmap for life that was way more detailed? A kind of spiritual GPS for our entire journey. They didn't just celebrate birth, marriage, and death. They had a series of profound ceremonies called the Samskaras. The word samskara itself is so beautiful. It comes from Sanskrit and means to refine, to purify, or to prepare. It's about consciously sculpting ourselves, transforming from a raw state into a more refined, aware, and purposeful human being. It's not just about random rituals. It's a complete system for personal and spiritual development. And how many are there? Not 3, not 5, but 16. That's right. 16 major milestones, 16 opportunities to consciously mark and elevate our journey through life. These are the Ṣoḍaśa Samskāras, the 16 sacraments of Vedic tradition. They were designed to guide an individual from the moment of conception, literally before you were even born, all the way to your final rites. Let's break it down, because this is where it gets fascinating. The journey begins with Garbhādhāna, the rite of conception, which wasn't just a biological act but a spiritual one, done with prayers and intention for a noble soul to be born. Then comes Pumsavana, a ritual in the 3rd month of pregnancy to wish for a healthy child, and Sanatana, performed later to protect the mother and child and encourage the baby's mental development. Think of it as ancient prenatal care for the mind and soul. After birth, you have Jatakarma, the birth rituals, welcoming the baby with honey and ghee. Then Namakarana, the naming ceremony, where the name itself was chosen for its sound and meaning. You had Nishkramana, the baby's first outing to see the sun and moon. Annaprashana, the first time the baby tastes solid food. It goes on. Chudakarana, the first haircut. Karnaveda, the ear piercing, which ancient texts say helps maintain intellectual clarity. Then come the educational samskaras like Upanayana, the sacred thread ceremony, which marked the beginning of a child's formal Vedic education, a commitment to learning and discipline. This was a huge deal, like a spiritual graduation into the world of knowledge. This led to Vedarambha, the actual start of studying the Vedas. As one grew, there was Samavartana, the end of studentship, a bit like a modern graduation ceremony preparing the individual for household life. This naturally leads to Vivaha, marriage, which wasn't just a party, but a sacred partnership for fulfilling Dharma, or duty. And finally, as life's journey concludes, there's Vanaprastha, the stage of retiring from worldly life to focus on spirituality, and Antyeṣṭi, the last rites, which are performed to guide the soul on its onward journey. Each of these 16 samskaras is deeply connected to the Vedas, filled with specific mantras and actions designed to create positive psychological and spiritual imprints. They're not just superstitions, they are a science of living. They remind us that every stage of life is sacred. Every transition is an opportunity for growth. So how can we practice them today? We don't need to replicate every single detail from thousands of years ago, but we can capture their essence. We can bring more intention to pregnancy, celebrate a child's first learning experience with more meaning than just a first day of school photo. We can treat marriage as a sacred spiritual union. We can view retirement not as an end, but as a new beginning for inner exploration. By rediscovering the samskaras, we're not just reviving forgotten traditions. We're reclaiming a powerful framework for a life lived with purpose, awareness, and profound joy. We're connecting our modern lives to an ancient stream of wisdom. And that's a tradition worth remembering.